Alright, good morning. What's up, everybody? This is MrSoichiro. Well, I had a late night session with the Outer Worlds last night, and I'm back at it again this morning. It is almost 8 o'clock. And yeah, we got some quests to complete. Just cleared out this geothermal plant. And we made the big decision, quote unquote, and we redirected power to the deserters' camp. We'll see if that decision comes back to haunt us later. It felt like the right decision at the time. And actually, I felt that way leading up to making the decision. Pretty much after I talked to Adelaide. Adelaide kind of gives you the nudge, the impetus to redirect power from Edgewater, which is the Spacer's Choice owned town, and redirect that power to their community. That's what I did. It was kind of a lesser of two evils choice. Parvati made a good point. They're stealing human corpses and using them as fertilizer, which on one level is fine. It's not like they're eating them. Although I do suspect that she's making tea out of corpses, and she's doing it without permission. And there's kind of like a moral imperative to respect people's last wishes once they're in the ground, once they've passed on. But at the same time, like these are not ordinary circumstances. These people live in very dire conditions. And Spacer's Choice just seems terrible. I'm pretty sure they're intentionally poisoning their populace, or through negligence, they're allowing their populace to be plague-ridden. And I mean, after going through the geothermal plant and kind of reading all the terrible things that they did or were negligent about, I mean, they intentionally, in order to run more efficiently, they sent a team of engineers to the geothermal plant to basically sabotage the automatons. I forget what we're calling them here. The robot engineering staff. Tinkered with their logic modules, which caused them to become hostile towards the workers and the engineers. Rather than just reassign the engineers or retire them, or, I mean, they're essentially working as slaves anyway. They're all considered property of Spacer's Choice. They made the conscious decision to effectively murder them and wipe them out. So that's kind of psychotic. So yeah, we're definitely not in the Spacer's Choice camp. I don't think we're supposed to. I don't think there's any scenario where you play this game and you're like, yeah, Spacer's Choice, I side with them. So where are we? Yeah, the botanical lab is the home base for the deserter camp. And pretty much from the jump, I'm on board with them. Like, I'm siding with them. Parvati is right. Adelaide seems spiteful, and she wants revenge against Edgewater. She wants to hurt the people that live there. But honestly, I don't think she can hurt them any worse than the way that Spacer's Choice is hurting them. And yes, they didn't ask to be quote-unquote liberated. And I guess I'll be the bad guy and make that hard decision. I'm the hero they need, not the hero they want. So let's mosey on over to this location. Who is this? This is one of the Dakame Bell. I feel kind of bad for collecting the bounties too.
Here they come.
Oh, he's right there. Right on my ass.
There's one.
Huh. These terror rays aren't particularly hard. And they usually just have junk that you can sell at the vendors. Tearaway beaks, that kind of thing. Alright, so I'm thinking... I'm sure there probably is, but I wish there was a button where I could get right to the map. Doc Maybell. So we're gonna check this area out and see if there's a way, a path. Abandoned Spacer's Choice Settlement. Got some marauders. Oh, there's marauder up there. Okay, I count 3 so far. Scrap mechanical. So sneaking around the back door will give me the element of surprise, but it will kind of pin me against this canyon wall. Though, in a sense, I'm mapping out my escape route if things go sideways. Let's go up this hill. Maybe I can completely avoid confrontation. Here's one. There's one. There's the mechanical.
Halt. Searching.
You know, he has a lot of hit points. Let's think about this some more. Does he have a lot of hit points? Okay, during my retreat, I think I spotted a way to get to Doc Maybell. And I think that might be a better choice right now. These guys seem a little overpowered for me. Got some marauders. Just one. Let's go ahead and take him out. Drew the attention of their friends. Oh, a whole mess of them. Oh.
Everyone all right?
Nice job, Parvati. Oh, jeez. She, like,
I can't
disintegrated
stop
her.
thinking of Edgewater, Captain. I'm glad the deserters are gonna be alright now they got power, but what about the town? All those people.
Thomas seemed very fond of you.
He's just interested in fixing stuff. He always used to follow me around, asking me to explain what I was doing. Like a puppy, kinda.
Yeah, that's kind of turgid. I don't know about that third option. Are you sure? He nearly fell over when he saw you.
He
Also
never
that.
told me a word to that effect. And since he didn't, I didn't have to say nothing about feeling different. And nothing had to get weird. If he wants to learn about engineering, we should help him get those data pads he wants. I'd like to do that for him.
Maybe I can increase my perception. Oh yeah, I'm going in all these combats. I need to start using my chems. My chems. See, do I have anything that increases my perception? Ugh. Mind attributes, maybe? Let's see, let's look at character mind. Yeah, perception and intelligence would go up. Alright, let's see if this, what was it, caffeine? Ambidextrine? Fish sticks? Mind attributes, this is it. 2-hour energy brew.
Yeah, huh?
Looks like I missed out on that conversation option. So it goes. Oh yeah, I gotta find the plasma pile. That is Doc Maybell. Level 6. Blad on stick. What exactly is Blad on stick? Marauder hideout discovered. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's go in there. That's where all these dudes came from, apparently. Alright. Real quick, let's figure out, why is my hack decremented? Retrofitted heavy power armor. Alright, inventory real quick. What's this? Looks like a rare blade. Blade on stick. Blade on stick. Doesn't seem that great. I guess because it has the special effect of bleed. Alright, let's do our level upping. We'll need to assign some skills. And again, we'll take the random approach. So that's more fun to me. So we have 7 skill categories with 10 points. So we'll generate 10 random integers between 1 and 7. Alright. Oops. Alright, so we'll do 2 into melee. We'll do 1 into range. 1 into defense. 4 into dialogue. And then skip all the way to leadership. Add 2 in there. Alright, let's apply. Nothing new from a skill standpoint. Perks, 1 more perk. Okay, how many do we have left? 7, 14, 12. Okay. How many till we get to tier 2? So we need 5 perks. So basically level 10, and then we can move into tier 2. So what do we end up with? Toughness. Growing healthier in your time outside of stasis. That's good. I could use some extra toughness. So let's see what's in this cave, shall we? I know we were looking for a book in a cave. Ooh, tech kit, backpack, big cartridge, and revolver. Got some nice mods. That seems to be the premium loot of choice. If you end up in a hidden area or something like that. Like, hey, here's your reward. Additional mods. Mods are okay. Kind of hope for something a little more special, but I don't know what. I don't know what type of loot would tickle my fancy. Maybe like a unique weapon or something. Or armor. Alright, so what do we got left? The illustrated manual. Oh, this must be the cave we need to get to. So let's do that one. Go past the geothermal plants. Follow the river. That'll get us there. Like a cave entrance. Yep, sure enough. Alright, fully expect there to be some resistance in here, some foul beasts lurking about. Well, those appear to be mines. There we go. I don't like that the pickup button is the same button as the holster button. I wonder if I can do some mapping. Lockpick used, energy cell, light ammo, whisper, quiet, muzzler. Okay, I'm kind of interested. I know there's some monsters in here. I just saw one actually. Oh, there's another exit on the other side. 691, level 3. Nice.
We made it!
Good job, Parvati. It's the first time I used her special ability. I actually like that a lot. I'm kind of jealous. I want some special abilities. Alright, back to the map. Let's finish up this fistful of digits, shall we? Get the last finger. Alright. Doing well. Have lots of time. Get like an hour and a half. Birdie Cotton. If I could set off some explosives near Birdie, that would be ideal. Let's see if I can spot any. There are some marauders there, but wow, I thought they'd all come swarming to get me. I will leave the rest of you in peace. So I think that's it. The only thing left to do is head back to Edgewater, complete whatever quest lines I have left, avoid talking to Reed. What's his name? Dobson Reed, I think. Yeah, he's not gonna be happy. Let's see, I got my Marauder gear on now, so should probably unequip that so people don't freak out when they see me. Oh yeah, there's one last book I need to get in the cannery too. Let's do that. Oh yeah, there was that dude I needed to talk to outside of town. Oh boy. Constable Reyes. I do need to talk to Constable Reyes. I wonder if they're all mad. They're gonna kill me. Let's go talk to these military types. I guess I feel bad. What do we got? The frightened engineer, stranger in a strange land, comes now the power. Fistful of digits. Let's go turn in what we got to Constable Reyes. See if she, maybe, I don't know, maybe they don't know that I redirected the power. I feel like if they knew, they'd shoot me on sight.
Is Reed hiding in there?
Mr. Thompson is aware of your concerns. Oh, it's you. Reed told me I should be expecting you. He's inside. We pay by the finger. What do you have for me? Gil Antrim. Real name, Guillaume. Duly processed by a freelancer on behalf of Spacer's Choice. I remember him. Was just a kid last I saw him. Shame. I'll just need your signature here, 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 and here. Got any more fingers for me? Mabel Burgess. Age 37. Right or left-handed? Let's just say no longer applicable. I remember Doc Burgess. Conducted my physical every fiscal quarter. Guess she couldn't keep her hands off her patient's medicine. Still one outstanding bounty. If you've got a finger, I've got the paperwork. Here we are. Bertie Cotton. Cause of death. Let's just say overwhelming physical trauma. Bert was the local preacher before Max took over. Always was quick to remind us that we all get what we deserve in the end. Well, that's all three. I must remember to requisition some more fingerprint ink. Here's all the compensation you've earned, plus a bonus.
What's this? Junior Deputy Constable?
You've done such a bang-up job hunting down our former workers that I thought it only proper to deputize you. Congratulations.
How did so many of your people end up marauders?
Let me stop you there. It is official Spacer's Choice policy that all marauders, regardless of prior affiliation to the Spacer's Choice brand, no longer qualify as our people.
That doesn't really answer my question.
Marauders are folk who lost the will to keep working, wandered out into the wilds and gave into their baser instincts. Not everyone's cut out to work in Edgewater. Some turn deserter, some turn marauder. None of them get my sympathy.
Marauders seem to like Adrena time.
Everybody likes Adrena time. It is the finest medical drug ever developed by Spacer's Choice. Much better than that crap anti-Cleo pedals. Sure, a little too much Adrena time can bring out the violent animal in you, but if overdosing on Adrena time turns you into a lunatic, you have only yourself to blame. Says so right on the warning label. Violent psychosis is a well-documented and legally accounted for side effect of Adrena time.
Something else I wanted to ask you.
What's on your mind?
Got some questions for
you. As long
you.
as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity.
Never mind. She's very by the book. Cool shades, everybody. I dig your outfits. I think I need to talk to the vicar, actually.
All the lights in town went out. Since then, I've had wild-eyed workers begging my guidance. I'm surprised you would go along with this action, Ms. Holcomb.
I'm not sure what the right and wrong of it is, sir. But leaving the deserters with neither walls nor lights would have left them to the mercy of marauders.
Let's hope walls alone are sufficient, then.
I'm tempted to say this. Oh. These people are sick and overworked. Things had to change. That's really my motivating factor here. Welcome to freedom. That's kind of nonsense. That's bullshit. I'm not some great liberator. And this, I mean, frankly, I feel this way, but I don't know if that's the right thing to say.
Oh, inarguably. This town was a pustule on the ass of the architect. Metaphorically speaking. You took it upon yourself to decide the fate of strangers. I don't know whether that's confidence or arrogance.
A little both.
Either way, I'm fascinated.
I found Adelaide's been digging up corpses.
From our own graveyard, just outside the gates. And Silas had not even an inkling. What do they pay the man for?
He spends all day digging graves, Vicar. Sir. Sometimes he's got to sleep.
Yes, of course. My reaction was unreasonable.
Is what she told me true? That the soil's sour and you can't raise crops.
Flowers grow well enough, and creeping ivies, and the fuzzies that grow on rocks, but we don't eat none of that.
It is my understanding that none of the local life, plant or animal, is edible. Earth crops are grown in farms, not isolated cannery towns. Once the spark of life is fled, the mortal form is but unanimated matter, comprised of the same elements as the rest of the universe. We inter for the comfort of the living, not the benefit of the dead. While distasteful, I would judge Ms. McDevitt's actions beneficial to the greater good.
Yeah, I kind of see it the same way. Some might be a little upset that their dead relatives or friends are being used as fertilizer. Yeah, that's a good point. But also at the same time, intellectually that makes sense.
Then I would counsel them to work through their emotions and assess the matter rationally.
I see. I see what
Animals
you're all
are
about.
ruled by their hearts. Humans were gifted with intellect for a purpose.
I'm with you, Vicar. Anyway, I've got your book.
Wonderful. This is fantastic. Well worth all the sacrifices I... Wait. What the fuck is this? Is this French? I can't fucking read French. It's a law-forsaken joke is what it is. French. Ha! I was so high and mighty, preaching to the yokels about following the plan, while fighting it at every turn.
You didn't want that book to keep others from reading it. You just wanted it for yourself.
Well, yes. But I assure you, it was not for personal gain, only for the greater good. I've spent my life searching for the keys to unlocking the secrets of the universal equation that underlies the plan. I had hoped this book held some of those answers. I became so desperate, I even got myself assigned to this plague-ridden backwater to find the damn thing. All the time and suffering I've spent. Wasted.
Why did you think the book held the secrets you were looking for?
Bakonu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought, so the book is banned in this colony.
What's a philosophist?
Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost everything we know to be true. They believe all is chaos, in stark contrast to OSI's belief in the plan. But most of the philosophist perversion of Bakonu's thoughts came more than a century after his death.
At least you still have your mission work here to give your life a meaningful purpose.
Please. As if my life should have no greater meaning than proselytizing to a bunch of feeble-minded wretches. Nothing could be more excruciating than discussing the true nature of reality with people who have no interest beyond their next Aetherwave program. But that's neither here nor there. What I need to do now is to find a translator, obviously. But to do that, I'll first need to secure transport. You have a ship. Perhaps I could make myself of use to your crew.
What's in it for me? You're kind of a dick.
Free spiritual counseling, someone to watch your back, not to mention a grown-up in the party.
I'm 28.
Exactly. I'm pretty handy with a tossball stick, or any blunt instrument really. I'm also a passable gun hand if it comes to that. I can usually talk my way out of conflict, though. Oh, I'm fairly competent at hacking computers as well.
That all part of your vicar training?
Well, understanding computers is, though I admit I took it further than most. And I was quite the 32nd back during my seminary days. Left many an opponent bleeding on the field.
What does that mean? Oh, is that a tossball reference? Are you even a vicar? Because you aren't sounding very vicarly right now.
Of course. I'm a vicar who is dedicated to his calling. More dedicated than any other you'll find in this colony. I joined the OSI to help decipher the grand plan. But instead, I ended up the vicar in a prison due to ignorance and politics. Then I came here. Satisfied?
How'd you get assigned to prison duty?
Most laypeople are not aware of this, but we've not discovered any new insights into the plan for a long, long time. I had an idea that we should welcome the truth, no matter where we found it. I had the worse idea to share my thoughts with a superior. And that's the long and short of it. So, what do you think?
What do I think? Sounds good, let's go.
Fantastic. Let me get my things in order and I'll catch up with you.
Edgewater's gonna miss you. Folk here always had good things to say about their vicar.
Thank you, Ms. Holcomb. I'll be glad for the change of scenery, and to leave this place behind. I shall see you on the ship, Captain, whenever you're ready to leave Emerald Vale.
Cool. Got a new party member. Nice to have a companion to follow you around. Help out with combat. You know what? Let's go ahead and let's do this robot quest first. Die Robot. Or Die Robot.
Hello? Are you still there?
The power's out in the whole town. Pipe down.
Oh, Jesus. Are they gonna leave them in there to die? What say you, barbershop man?
I can't possibly cut anyone's hair in the dark.
Found Eugene's teeth.
You found Eugene's teeth? What? Where? How?
Jumped out of Silas's pocket. Adelaide had them. She was using his body for fertilizer.
McDevitt? The old flavor specialist? That is just grotesque. I suppose I should be grateful. You've saved me some trouble and no small amount of embarrassment.
Goodbye. Yeah, I'm just blowing up everyone's spot. You got dirt? I'm telling everyone. Plasma cutter. I should probably swing by Silas too. See what he's up to. Tell him about the missing corpses. Wonder what he has to say about that. Oh, stop pulling your weapon out. There's Silas. What's up, buddy?
Don't see the sense in all this fussing over the power. Cannery shutting down just means I'll have more bodies to bury. Yeah?
Okay, got nothing to say to him. Let's go report back to our friend Ludwig, our psychotic, crazy friend. Grenade launcher. I don't know how I feel about this grenade launcher. Damage is decent, but DPS is not great. Whatever.
Town's been dark a while now. Could be a mechanical trying to sabotage us.
That's probably true.
Bang up work, soldier. You're a credit to your uniform. Oh, that reminds me. Gotta look into getting us a uniform. So this is it then. The key to humanity's victory over the mechanical hordes. I would reward you with the gratitude of the resistance, but I'm guessing you want something tactile. So here's a couple of bits for your trouble, and a little something to remember me by.
Shock stick, bit cartridge. So what's a shock stick? Ooh. Yeah, let's swap that out for the old stun baton. Ooh. Who's this Auntie Cleo person? She on the board, quote unquote. Oh, I'm so tired. Should go back to sleep.
Adelaide was right to leave.
Desertion is a criminal by hard labor.
What are we supposed to do now?
Are we getting...
Stop!
Oops.
I saw that. Company policy. What do you think you're doing?
That was an accident. Oh, my reputation decreased. Phyllis Granger. I don't remember talking to her. Ah, sorry.
You picked a fine time to visit, stranger. I paid his burial fees, didn't I?
Oh, yeah.
Let the
This
dead
one.
sleep. Didn't anyone ever tell you not to go rifling through other people's correspondence?
You were planning on stealing Eugene's gold teeth.
Excuse you. Eugene's body and all rare earth minerals contained therein already belong to Spacer's Choice. And we're all part of the Spacer's Choice family here. Never mind. I don't have to explain myself to you.
That's fair. You don't. So I'm thinking third floor or second floor for that book. There we go. See how easy that was? Right here. I mean, that's terrible advice. Oops. Where's this mechanical part I need? It's in the cannery somewhere. I forget where it was. Yeah, gross dead sprats.
You want to know what gets my bile churning? Edgewater has suffered a cavalcade of disasters, plague, marauders, desertion. Then you wandered into town. And I was so damn sure our luck was starting to turn. I never knew how right I was. Just answer one question for me. Why'd you do it?
I don't owe you an explanation. Or I could say it's not personal. I think you would understand that.
That power regulator is company property. Whatever you were hoping to find down here, I advise you to turn around and leave. I have got guards posted with orders to fire on you.
Yeah, let me intimidate him.
All right, easy now. Let's not do anything we'll regret. I'll order my guards to stand down. Take what you came for, and then leave us be.
Sweet, level up. Deserter's reputation increased. That's right. Take a walk, guys. You don't want none of this. Smoke. Actually, there's a lot of you. You probably would have kicked my ass. Alright, let's up our skills one more time. Okay, so we're turning into quite the melee monster. 1, 2, 3. What else we got? 1 into ranged. Dialogue. 1, 2, 3. Stealth. I'm a stealthy boy. That's it. No new skills from that. That's okay. Alright, no new perks. So we're on an odd level. I got a lot of bits. 5,000 bits. Might throw the grenade launcher on there. That'd be kind of cool. Can I fast travel from here? I can. Sweet. Alright, let's bang this out real quick. And then we'll have done everything. All the quests are complete, to my knowledge. We can get our ship and get the hell out of here. Definitely getting a Knights of the Old Republic vibe from this, which makes sense.
Any luck finding one of those manuals?
Found them all, dog.
No kidding. Really? Well, which one? Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this myself. 2 whole data pads? Be still my beating heart. Oh, almost forgot your payment. Well, don't keep me in suspense. The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible. You really went exploring down there? Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals. That's a complete set. All 3 parts. I'm gonna be the greatest engineer Halcyon's ever seen. Aside from you, Ms. Parvati. I swear, I'll do you proud.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit right into your outfit.
Let's do some maintenance on our weapons and armor. Talk to Adelaide real quick.
That low, pleasant hum of electricity. It whispers across the veil like the winds of change. You've done well. I would have paid my last 5 bits to see the look on Reed's face when the last lamp in town burnt out and the cannery fell to silence. My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear. Time's come to look toward the future. We'll grow, I expect. A lot of workers out there with nowhere else to go.
You don't sound too pleased.
I don't look forward to turning folk away. Camp's gotta stay pure, though. Can't have corporate loyalists mixing with us, no matter how desperate they may be. I am curious. Why did you help us? You don't know who we are. You don't owe us a thing. The plant's crawling with mechanicals, so it stands to reason you risked your life.
Yeah, I guess that's what it boils down to. Between your camp and Reed's cannery, yours is the better way of life.
You're not quite like anyone else I've met. You haven't had your consciousness programmed by the board. You're welcome among us if you're ever so inclined.
Oh, I did want to check my character attributes. Reputation. So both these teams are revering me. Spacer's Choice has a negative perception of me. Alright. Let's do some scrapping. Let's save that grenade launcher. You know what? Let's not break down this stuff. Maybe we'll sell it instead. Forget, is Stefan a vendor? Let's go find out. Where is old Stefan? Oh, what just happened there? Huh? There you are. Weird.
Zoe says she fought her way out of a marauder camp with her own bare hands. Fresh off the limb, and that includes canid meat.
What can we buy? Sort by value again. The fixer, huh? Nah. Alright. I think we're ready to go. Let's go to our spaceship. I like the sound of that. Oh yeah, I have junk. Let's sell my junk. Excuse me.
Something I can help you with? Fresh off the limb, and that includes...
Alright, this is it. Getting my spaceship. My trophy will pop. And then I'll probably take a break from this game and play something else for a while. This has been good. And that feels like I'm putting a button on it. It's a perfect chapter break. I enjoyed it. This has been fun so far. I'll definitely be happy to come back and play some more.
Ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. Edgewater won't last another season without power, but that don't change the fact that I'm indentured to Spacer's Choice. Company expects me back at my post.
F that. Yeah, those deserters left Edgewater behind and nothing keeping you from doing the same.
I have imagined it, but until you came along, I never thought I had the choice. I want to ask you something, and you can say no, but can I come
Yes, absolutely.
I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves for my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
Are you sure Reed won't mind you leaving with me?
I know. Mr. Thompson said I was to chaperone you about the Veil. Loan me out to you like I was Spacer's Choice property. Well, they may think I am, but I'm not.
Good for you.
Yeah, Mr. Thompson's got a temper. But I'm more scared of missing out than I am of him. I don't want to lose my one chance at seeing the stars.
You might regret that decision. I might get you into some shit, but let's find out. But let me ask you a question. You just met me. Why would you want to go into space with a stranger?
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. I had my misgivings about Miss McDevitt and the deserters, but you took pity on them and sent power to their garden even though you knew Mr. Thompson would hate you for it. All this time you've been determined to get your regulator back, get your ship up and running, and cut a path out of this place. And well, I won it.
You really went out of Edgewater that badly?
Not much of an Edgewater left to go back to.
Okay,
My
that's
whole
on
life's
me.
been small. I realized that when you walked into town. I've been seeing the same faces every day, the same sky, the same stars. Then I saw this ship. This gorgeous, stately lady with her eyes turned skyward, and I made up my mind to come along with you.
So, an impulsive decision. Okay, that's fair. I'd be glad to have you along. Pick a cabin, it's yours.
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
It's a little jarring to see her go from no helmet to helmet in the in the span of a millisecond. There he is.
Well, I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room.
He's so sullen. Maybe he'll soften up as the journey goes on. I gotta pick the lock in my own ship.
Nice.
Appears I do. Okay, got a workbench. Let's see. Here's the engine room, right? Was this something? I forget. Vocational competence respecification machine. No. No. Do not want to do that. I don't need to respec. There's my trophy. Take it to anywhere. Let's go ahead and fire this thing up first. Then we'll call it a day.
Captain, I have detected that the town of Edgewater is now without power. I appreciate you doing your part to hasten their demise.
Oh, word.
What can I do for you, Captain?
Installed the power
All
regulator.
systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Let's get out of here.
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Good, I've been waiting to hear from him.
Aha, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
I've been feeling a little lightheaded. Also, I can slow down time.
Oh, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Kelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Or I could put a couple light years between me and Halcyon.
Without a skip drive, good luck. You'll be dead before you make it to the nearest star.
Fair point.
Look, I admire your optimism, but the sad truth is you're stuck here. You, me, and the rest of this colony. We're all skating precariously around the edge of oblivion together. None of us are leaving Halcyon alive, so we may as well make it a better place, and we can start by reviving the Hope.
Said something about needing a nav key.
Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Kelly.
Right, the Black Marketeer.
Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Her smuggling credentials are unimpeachable. If anyone can get you a key to Monarch, it's her.
Can I land somewhere outside Stellar
In
Bay?
theory, I suppose you could land your ship in Cascadia, and in theory, I suppose you might survive the experience. Cascadia is utterly seething with dangerous, highly aggressive creatures, more than capable of tearing you limb from limb. You'd have to be a lunatic to land in Cascadia, and I'm reasonably certain I tested your brain for incipient signs of insanity. Trust me, talk to Gladys Kelly.
Okay, good point. I'll have a word with Gladys.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the holographic shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
To explain what a holographic shroud is?
Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another. It has limits. First-generation technology, you see, but promising. Exciting to see it in use at last. Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you.
You mentioned this thing has limitations.
Only stands up to a casual scrutiny. Use it too long, bound to flicker, blur, something like that. Movement makes it more likely. Best used in moderation. When you see guards in your path you can't sneak past, for example. Maintain your distance. Act normal. No running, no jumping. Don't draw their attention. If they pay attention, they're more likely to notice flaws in the hologram.
Why do I need a gadget for this? Couldn't I just steal a uniform or something?
A change of clothes. What is this? Some old spy serial? What inattentive and brainless guard would be fooled by such a shabby disguise? The holographic shroud masks not only your clothes, but your face and fingerprints. It modulates your voice and sweetens your breath.
How the hell does a hologram sweeten your breath?
Science, that's how.
I love it. I'll put it to good use, and thanks.
Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
What? Okay, Tier 2. Ah, the old captain's chair.
We'll be here, Captain. Or will we? Haha. Just a little joke for you.
Yeah, so this is my hidey spot now. I was looking for a place that was quiet. I figured the kitchen would be louder than the hold, so here I am. Cozy like, ain't it?
I think it's time you move along. Like, what? What do you think of the ship?
That's in pretty good shape considering how hard Mr. Hawthorne ran it. It's a Yakita LHA 120, A2 model, I'm pretty sure. The Block 2 design scooshed in extra cargo space but didn't change the stock engines. Probably a touch underpowered, huh?
Accurate in all particulars. I conclude you are Edgewater's board-certified mechanic.
Apparently ADA is the one who actually flies the ship.
Fly-by-wire's pretty normal. Or leastways, that's what I read in the trades. I've never been on a real ship before. Hello! I am not a board-certified mechanic, but my dad was. He taught me all he knew. Do you understand?
Speech recognition is one of the many skills I have been programmed to simulate.
You're not simulating it, you're doing it! I asked a question and you answered it.
I am gratified you consider this facsimile convincing.
What do you think, Parvati? Is it safe to fly now that we got the regulator?
I don't see any holes in the hull. I'll take a good squint at her, make sure everything's tip-top. But I think we're cooking with plasma torches. You can do that, you know. My dad taught me how to make grilled cheese sandwiches with a plasma torch.
Did you learn your trade from your father? It sounded like it when you talked to Reed.
Mostly, yeah. I lived in the maintenance office near all of my life. Mr. Thompson never let me forget how funny that was.
Reed seemed to have it in for you.
I'm not exactly a model employee. Not like you wanted. The kind that stays quiet and gets the right work done in the right order every day. It's not normal for anyone to do as their parents. You take a vocational test. That decides your schooling and your career. When I tested out for maintenance, everyone figured it was on account of my dad. They were real unhappy with us.
But you actually are good at this, and you enjoy it.
Well, I'm good at making things work the way they ought. Not so much at doing such to somebody else's schedule. There's times I'm working deep in the guts of a loader, getting it all running perfect. Then I look up to see it's tomorrow, and I've blown another deadline. Anyhow, I was happy to get back home. I didn't care much for schooling.
After school, you moved straight back to Edgewater?
Yep, nothing much had changed. Everything was a little grayer, a little dirtier. Dad met me at the shuttle and gave me a big ol' hug. I noticed straight away that he was moving slower and stiffer. He made a little grunt when I squeezed.
Did you get much time with him after you got back from school?
About a year. I tried to do more of the work so he could rest. His heart gave him pains. Dad never said that he loved me, you know? I knew on account of him showing it. How he'd stay up late to help with my projects or listen to my fretting. Oh gosh, look at the time. Sorry to bend your ear so long. And I got so much to do before this ship's in decent shape.
Break time's over. Guess we'll go talk to this vicar guy. What is this? Is this the captain's quarters?
I like what you've done with the place. Kitschy collectibles are such a human inclination.
Hawthorne's unread messages. You Bedford. Okay, it's Captain Hawthorne. Sounds interesting. What do we have here? Whoa, all kinds of stuff in here. Well, this is clearly Parvati's room. That's Vic's room. This looks to be unoccupied.
Yes, Captain? I find myself marveling at the complex simplicity of the Fibonacci spiral. I'm sure you know what that's like. Something vexing you, Captain? Nothing too out of the ordinary. Just your run-of-the-mill vicar with a violently enthusiastic disposition. That's what my parents called it. I grew up in a pit of a town, much like Edgewater. I was destined to be a laborer like my parents, but I was infected early with a need to solve the equation. My passion didn't sit well with them. On the contrary, they internalized the precepts of scientism like no one I've ever known. They had a pure faith, a faith that brought joy to them regardless of the situation. I envied that. I wanted that peace. I thought if I became a vicar, I could find it. Or at the very least, find out why I lacked it. They thought I was fighting the plan, should have accepted my lot. Some people pursue the clergy for power, prestige, but that was not me. The plan is not one rigid path. There are a variety of multitudes contained within it. Our paths have variance, but we'll end up adhering to it, whether we like it or not. Some choices make the path smoother, some rougher. You can even go outside the lines, but the further outside you go, it's like an unbreakable elastic band. It will only stretch so far before it snaps back. The further it is stretched, the more violent the eventual correction. I have run headlong into too many walls in my pursuit of the truth. This book is my last hope, and you were my only hope of getting it translated.
What if the book... Nah. I get it. It makes sense.
What about you? What's your story? That's not... Let's try this again. Who are you? Where are you from? And how did he do that? Well, you do seem different than every other colonist. Let's pretend for the moment I believe you. What are you going to do now? That seems a dangerous proposition. Why risk your life now that it's been returned to you? A commendable attitude. Bakonu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he is also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought, so the book is banned in this colony. Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost everything we know, but most of the philosophist... I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous Philosophist scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Bakonu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him. That's a good question. We should start on the Groundbreaker. It's where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures. Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain, secular skills during my years serving a particular penitentiary flock. I meditated, led sermons, provided guidance to the inmates as needed, of course. I also played prison yard tossball and taught myself a bit about computronic security systems. I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifests to track the Philosophist's off-world destination.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Thank you, Captain.
The space toilets. Okay, I think this is a good place to stop. I'm really tired. I have to go to work. Stayed up too late playing this game last night, but that's okay. I'm gonna take a break from it. We'll play some Fallout 76, and then we're gonna play a shit ton of Xbox games that I will not record, so this will be my last video for probably a couple weeks. Anyway, if you made it to the end of this stream, thanks for watching. Have a great rest of the day, and MrSoichiro out!